Yo. Hey guys, what's going on? So I'm over here at Honda. They very kindly let me test ride the CRF 250 Rally, which is why this one looks so massive. I don't really get the point of this, why they've done this kind of thing and why they've called it the CRF, but you know, this is it looks like a really big touring bike, but still a kind of like, I don't know, like supermoto bit of it. But this is, I mean, the front lights are a little bit funny. It looks like a you know, 90s superhero with his little things going over his eyes. I forgot what you call it, a little face mask, I guess. So this is what it looks like. It's really tall. The suspension, if I just tap it down, like, look, that's how soft the suspension is. This is just my arm. This is how soft the suspension is. So the problem you're going to have if you're a short guy, you're going to get on this, the suspension is going to go down, and then when you get off of it, you're going to have trouble. So you're going to have to put the side stand down and use the foot pegs to climb over. But again, I mean, it is just literally so soft. So riding this on London roads with potholes everywhere, you don't have to worry. And I think this is even for a helmet as well. So you got a little helmet thingy right here, and then let's see, oh, that turns, so there's your key port, so you can put your helmet here or put something here and then lock it up. I don't know, there's not much to it. Still everything's stock on this. This is a brand new, this is a 2017 CRF 250 Rally, and I don't know what parts. I mean, me and Mr. Temjin were talking about whether this is titanium or something. I mean, I would kind of guess why they would do that, because it's a rally bike, and if you drop it, then so on and so forth. And I like the design. Look, they've even given you a hole so you can use a bracket with the extension to do that. You've got a glass window for your oil, which is pretty good. My bike has the same thing, but it's got a plastic cover, so you have to use some light to get it on. And I know it looks empty, but you have to like lean the bike over on a straight position to actually get a good reading. I like how this pillion peg really tucks in away, so that's a really good design. You don't see it, it's nice and neat. I like the gold forks. You know, it's got the red, the blue, the white, the black. The main colors you see are you know, red and black, and you see that hint of blue. The gold forks, the white protectors, so it does stand out really nice. And if I go over here, actually, you got the CRF 250. This is the M version. I don't know why this one looks really small. This one kind of looks like a 125, but this is actually what the CRF looks like. So if you just have a look, same thing, window. The pillion peg doesn't really tuck away into something, but it does tuck away. But you can see this one actually, like, they've made a nice little thing for it to go flush with, but you can see everything here. This is how it looks. So I mean, you can see like this one, the front end is really bulky, so I can't wait. And the other feature is, Mr. Temjin noticed this, I didn't, but you've got an ABS thing right there, so you can just turn off your ABS while you're riding. Now if I just quickly put the key in and see what the dash displays, so just typical, you got your ABS light there. Do you have to hold it? Oh, there we go, no ABS. So you have to hold it for a few seconds. Now it's got ABS. The reason why I'm going to keep the ABS on, this isn't my bike, this is a test ride. It's got the knobbly wheels on it, and you know, it is wet outside, so I don't know how this bike is going to handle. Well, it seems pretty alright. You got your guards on it as standard. Here's your light switch, indicator, horn. Isn't the same as mine, mine's the other way around, so you do have to be careful of that. You got your start, your kill switch, so that's all there. So you got your trip A, trip B, total. This is only done 359, so that's pretty cool. It's got half a tank, so I'm not going to be out too much. I'm waiting for Mr. Temjin, see if he can get a bike out. That's going to be on his channel. But so yeah, I'm gonna cut it here and wait till I actually get on this bike. I'm gonna see what's going on with him now, see if he's got a bike, and then we're gonna go riding, and I'll tell you guys what I think of it. So the first thing I noticed is obviously my feet are more forward than back. So they are like right here instead of right back there on a sports bike. The gear shifter, if you saw it, is really small compared to my bike. And again, as I mentioned in the intro, the indicators are in a different position. So about 20 miles an hour on first gear, whereas I'm used to about 60-70 on mine. But again, this bike, I'm so comfortable on it. I'm sitting up, suspension's really good on it, very comfortable. Let me go over this. Didn't even feel it. Let's go over this one. Yeah, that's easy. Like, you felt it, but it was cushioned. This bike is really good. It comes with, I'm gonna call wind guards. They're not really hand guards. They're not gonna protect you. I can't imagine much, but they will help with the wind, I guess. So the wind's blowing right now. It feels pretty alright. I mean, I thought a big bike like this would get tossed around a little bit left and right, but I guess only when you go on like carriageways and motorways, which is what we're going to do later on. We'll take on the carriageway, see what it's like. I've reset the trip mileage, by the way, so I can see how much I've done. Okay, downshifting is going well. Now, because the suspension is soft, I can actually flat foot this. Just have to remember that this is a different bike. It is taller. Yo. This thing's like a cloud, man. You're riding on a cloud. He's on a CB1000. I'm on a 250. Leaves. So again, just be careful of leaves, especially when you're test riding a bike. So I mean, test riding this is a great kind of understanding of what a 250 would be like. I mean, I kind of almost feel disappointed because I'm so used to riding a super sports. Don't get me wrong, I'm just used to riding a super sports, and I don't know if the 250 is going to be the same as the 250 Rally. I don't know if that one's got more torque than this, but I mean, for a bike with maybe twice as much power as a 125, having the same kind of gear ratio just seems a little bit like, why? I mean, look how much it's revving at 15. That's the same as a freaking 125. As the WR, what's his name, Mr. Short Rider that I test rode. All in all, control on this bike is very easy, but let's see what it's like going around some actual bends, because that's where you're gonna feel a lot of the difference, because these are not supermoto tires. These are off-road tires. These are knobbly tires. They're, you know, the rims are way bigger. I don't know what's with that winding noise. That's kind of driving me nuts. You see it winding? Probably just once you change the exhaust, it'll sound different. Alright, went up to 27 on that first gear. So it's got just a little bit more reach than the 125. The Yamaha WR 125. Let's wow, that's the thing, man. It's so tall, it feels like the bottom is slipping out from underneath you. So there is a bit to learn about this bike, to get used to the height and the height of the wheels. So if you are going from having regular size wheels, like, I don't know what size wheels are, like roughly like 17 maybe 18, these ones are huge. I'm going to check on the tire what size they are, because they are massive. I just keep seeing this cable like moving around. Gotta watch out for the dangerous old woman. She's dangerous, man. Like, look, every time I throttle, I guess because of the soft suspension. What the flip? Was that the new Polite Edition bike? Man, turning on this bike really does feel odd.
How much fuel have you got?
3 bars.
Ooh.
3 bars.
Okay, not one, I just realized.
I feel like the throttle isn't as responsive, but I'm talking from the experience of a super sports. But it's still, I mean, it's not like that, but but it's got decent enough power. I mean, this is a 250. If there was a 400, a 450, I would have tried it. Not too bad, not too bad. So it does turn pretty well, but I mean when you're doing avoidance maneuvers, feel like it is about to slip out from underneath you because it is like so tall. So you're quite top heavy, I guess, with the massive wheels. Okay, what the flip is going on here? Oh, this is a lot more turning circle than what I'm used to, but that was brilliant. So yeah, I guess that's another point. Going between cars is easy, except it is wider handlebars, so you've got to take care. It's so high up as well. Oh, I have to be careful here. I'm not on a sports bike. I can't win. What is wrong with people? Have to take it easy here, just so I can get used to it. This guy undertook. And here's me still doing this. That actually felt good, doing 60 with some wind. It felt fine, there wasn't a problem. I want to see what it does with the wind at 60. So I'm in at 60. I can feel the wind, but it's not throwing me around. It's doing pretty well. Need to downshift, so I've got power through the turn. So all in all, I mean, this bike is not doing too bad. I mean, people said, you know, naked bikes really have a hard time on carriageways. I don't know, maybe it's motorways when you're doing maybe over like 50, but 60 it was doing fine. And now we've got some traffic here, so let's see how well this handles. Okay, so okay, so there, big gust of wind from the side, kind of like blew me around. Now one thing is about this bike is when you need to put your foot down, it is so tall. Just have to be ready, because then when you lift your legs you might shift the weight as you're lifting the weight of your leg. You can see I'm not very used to riding these kinds of bikes. Okay, feet up on the peg. Whoa, oh, there we go. This is a much taller bike, bigger wheels. The steering moves much easier because obviously you've got a wider grip stance. Basically your arms are much wider, so you've got more leverage, but you do just have to take it easy. Thank you very much. Cheers, buddy. But all in all, going through traffic, I mean, I'd go through that on my bike, but this is wider. There we go. There we go. What is this Range Rover doing? Okay, so is he moving out the way, or is he being a... There we go. I feel like people are being a lot nicer to me on this than when I'm on a sports bike with a loud exhaust. Alright, Timmy's like all the way back there, so I'm gonna have to wait for him. I'm gonna probably get stuck up there, that's where he'll catch up to me. This car's already damaged. Let's hope he doesn't swing out and say that we done it. So I don't know what this bike would be like during traffic, but so far it's going alright. My arms are a little bit tired, they're not used to being so high up. So that's another thing, like figure out what kind of riding stance you're doing. I mean, all the way up here my shoulders get a little bit tired because my arms are so high. I'm so used to having them like down here, really, like being like right like this. But this bike is really being alright. Yeah, it's comfortable. Like, I'm not too sure how popular this bike is. I just wanted to test ride it because it was the closest thing to their 250 that they might have. The issue that I'm having is that you can't find a 450 that's not converted. So a lot of them are just converted. I don't know if there is any, or if there are any CRF 450 that are road production. There are 250s, and the one thing you need to recognize is this kind of dash. If you got this kind of dash, it could be original. If you see a different kind of speedometer, it could be a conversion. Now with conversion, you do need to understand a lot of things. The suspension might be different, the ride height might be different, the seat cushion will be different, the throttling, everything is going to be different, which means you might need to service it more. So be careful what bike you get and understand what it actually is. Try and find out as much as you can. I mean, say you're going to buy a bike in 6 months. That's the reason for you to take a look now. You know, have a look now. That's what I'm doing. I'm having a look now, long before I know what bike I want to get, because you're going to test ride some, you're going to understand what each one, you know, feels like, you're going to understand them, and you're going to understand what an original looks like, what it should look like, what it shouldn't look like. So you're going to go up to one and you're going to see a silver one of these, and you go up to another one and you got a, you know, a plastic one or something, and you'll be like, why is that one plastic? So understand whether they've changed something. That's just an example, by the way. And you're going to see one of these that has writing all over it, the front brake reservoir, and you're going to go up to another one and see that they've got one with no writing on it, and be like, why has this one got no writing on it? Maybe this is an aftermarket one, maybe something's happened. Oh, it's a yellow light. Wow, these people are still going, boy. Now I'm hugging that side because the carriageway, some people don't realize just how tight this turn is. Oh, too high of a gear. Right, let's go over the speed hump and see what it feels like. Ooh, that was pretty good. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you guys just how bouncy it is. This thing can take on. That was not bad. Mate, you've ruined my playtime. No, mate. So what I was doing there is checking just how much. Yeah, it's not got enough torque to power wheelie, so you don't have to worry. This bike does seem, yeah, it seems fine. Like, I thought maybe a kind of like a, you know, the CRF was, you look at a lot of them, they're supermotors. So you think maybe with like a 400 or something you might be able to wheelie it, but this one, yeah, it's not gonna wheelie. So you don't have to worry about accidentally popping a wheelie while you're riding this. It just doesn't have the power. You have to clutch it. How are you finding it?
Very sensitive, but that's this one. This one is more. Very sensitive throttle, very much right.
Mine sounds like it's a little bit louder, but your one's got the quality.
That one is louder, in the tunnel you can hear it. I like it.
It just doesn't have the power. It just doesn't have the power.
Like it doesn't. Yeah, I was kind of behind you and I was noticing. It's too big for the CC. This one has the grunt.
So what I'm going to say is, now that we're coming back to the place, if you're unsure how you're going to feel on a touring bike, this is the one. If you want to start out on something small, say you don't want to get a big touring bike, a big naked bike, you could start out on this. It is fairly light, suspension's very soft, it's very easy to handle, so you don't have to worry about, you know, too much clutch control when you're going in between traffic. You don't have to worry about there being too much power, that it might just lift up on you. It won't. You can take it easy on this. For the CRF, for a supermoto comparison, I don't think it's there. A supermoto would have more torque. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't do it as a sumo bike. As a small touring bike, yeah, if you're going on a motorway, I mean, it probably could do the 70, but I don't know how comfortable you'd be at 70. Look at Tim Jim. I want to get a picture of him. There, I've got a nice little picture of him there. Let me just, yeah, there we go. Man, it feels like you're climbing a mountain going up things like that. Oh, I got down to 0. Ah! I was trying to balance. I want to see how good it can balance. So that's not going to fall over. Okay, so the only thing is the shifter is a little bit short, but all in all, I had fun on this bike. It was pretty good. It went pretty well. My evaluation is, it's good if you want to start on a touring bike and want to know what it feels like and want to edge up, because they can be heavy, they can be big. This is a good start. I don't know what the 400s are going to be like, but this is actually really good to start on if you don't know. Suspension is very soft, you'd be so comfortable in this. My back and shoulders are a little bit tired, but I'm just not used to riding this bike. I had the same issue when I started out on the CBR 125. My back was getting tired doing long distance and I got used to it. But again, it's you learn, you adapt, you get stronger, and if not, you start finding ways to make it more relaxed. As far as I know, this is you know, this fits onto the A2. It's only a 250. You know, supermotors and tourings don't have that much horsepower, so it'll be fine for you. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. Drop a comment if there's anything you'd like to know. If you just really enjoyed this, feel free to comment. If you're not subscribed, do subscribe. If you want to see me do more test rides, it's kind of like, if you guys want me to do test rides, you guys need to engage and, you know, tell me if you liked it, tell me if you didn't. And if you come down here, then, you know, you just be like, yeah, I saw this on YouTube and it really blah blah blah. There are a lot of bikes in there. I do recommend coming here. I do recommend speaking to the guy Carlos. I hope he's alright with me saying his name, but I do recommend speaking to Carlos. Carlos is a very cool guy. He actually set this up for us while Temjin was getting his bike serviced. But yeah, if you guys liked it, hit the thumbs up and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.